I am by forever, chemist and infinitist. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. No, this trick won't work. How on earth are you ever going to explain in terms of chemistry and physics so important a biological phenomenon as first love? Let me tell you, you either have chemistry or you don't, or you better have it, or it's like kissing some relative by chemistry. Listen to me, you got to be careful. Chemistry is like those perfume ads, ones that look so interesting and mysterious, but you don't even know at first what they're even selling, or those menus without the prices, mystery, and intrigue are gonna cost you. A great looking might mean something very expensive, and I don't mean money. What I'm saying is chemistry is a place of to start and not an end point. A woman or a man of value doesn't love you because of what he or she wants you to be or do for them. He or she loves you because your combined souls understand one another, complements each other, and make sense above any other person in the world. In this world, you each share a part of their soul's mirror and see each other's light reflected in it clearly. You can easily speak from the heart and feel safe doing so. Both of you have been traveling a parallel a road your entire life without each other's presence. You feel like an old friend or family member was lost. It bothers you not because you have given it too much meaning, but because God did. This is the type of person you don't have to fight for because you can't get rid of them and your heart doesn't want them to leave you anyways. I'm even going to electrolyze my urine. They'll make for a pleasant smell in the trailer. I'll survive this. I'll tell people I was pissing rocket fuel. Fairness isn't about charity, it's smart business. Together we form a necessary paradox, not a senseless contradiction. A scientist believes in things, not a person. I wasn't aware of how close he'd moved until now. So many details came into focus. The shape of her lips, the line of her back. I'm not dangerous, I breathed. He brought his face toward mine. You are to me, and somehow, against all reason, we were kissing. I closed my eyes, and the world around me faded. The noise, the smoke, it was gone. All that mattered was the taste of her mouth, a mix of cloves and mints. There was a fierceness in her kiss, a desperation, and I answered, just as hungry for her. I didn't stop when she pulled me closer so that I almost sat on her lap. I'd never been wrapped around someone's body like that, and I was shocked at how eagerly mine responded. Her arm went around my waist, pulling me onto her further, and her other hand slid up and down on my back, getting entangled in my hair. She took her lips away from my mouth, gently trailing kisses down to my neck. I tripped on my head, back gasping, and when the intensity returned to her mouth, there was an animalistic quality that sent shockwaves through the rest of my body. Real leadership is treating your least favorite employee the same as your favorite. Through its creative power, art may trigger approximation, reconciliation, and harmonization between individuals and peoples. Through art, beings can meet and exchange their points of view as it rules out alienation and arouses a chemistry and understanding. By definition, art is universal and helps to cross borders and barriers without prejudice. Before you examine the body of a patient, be patient to learn his story. For once you learn his story, you will also come to know his body. Before you diagnose any sickness, make sure there is no sickness in the mind or heart. For the emotions in a man's moon or sun can point to his sickness in any one of his other parts. Before you treat a man with any condition, and know that not all cures can heal all people. For the chemistry that works on the patient may not work for the next, because even medicine had its own conditions before a certain prognosis or on any patient always be objective and never subjective. For telling a man that he will win the treasure of life, but then later discovering that he will lose, will harm him more than telling him that he may lose. But when he wins, mathematics is the cheapest science, unlike physics or chemistry. It does not require any expensive equipment. All one needs for mathematics is a pencil and paper. Undeniable. Chemistry and horrific time, and they loved each other. When he put the old-fashioned mechanical toy on her palm, and she stopped breathing. It was a tiny representation of an atom, complete with colored ball bearings standing in for neutrons, protons, and on the outside, arranged on arcs of fine wire, electrons. Turn of a key on the side made the electrons move. What she'd thought were ball bearings actually finally crafted spheres of glass that sparked with color. A brilliant, a thoughtful, wonderful gift for a physics major. Why magnesium? She asked, identifying the atomic number of the light metal, his hand on her jaw, his mouth on her own, because it's beautifully explosive, just like my ex. I get so breathless when you call my name. I've often wondered, do you feel the same? There's a chemistry, energy, and synchronicity when we're all alone. I won't let you go back to that boy, and not until you give me one Beck Doc's sweet kiss. Then he reached for it and laced him a ribbon from my hair. What are you doing? I murmured. Souvenir. He put it in his pocket, and for some reason that struck me as the sexiest thing I've ever seen. Sorry for that delay. Vogel said I was required to make a bomb. Our eyes meet, and our souls caught on fire on the stage. It is possible that the Pentateuch could not nurse a rapping, only a moment to cut off that head in 100 years may not give us another like it. I realized it was like a dating agency. The ions are the lost souls looking for mates, and the electrolyte is the agency that can help them find each other, those distinct substances which concretes generally either afford or are made up of may without very much inconvenience be called the elements or principles of them. In the natural sciences, and particularly in chemistry, general lights must come after the detailed knowledge of each fact and not before it.